Is Paul Hogue's work here at the New Orleans City Hostel, New Orleans, off of Canal and Burgundy. He is a world-renowned, famous artist, Paul Hogue, Paulhougue. And this is his big mural that he's working on here in the hostel at the City Hostel in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's absolutely amazing. It's definitely a work in progress. Lots of details. He says the goddess right here looks like me. She is gorgeous. Of course, you always have to have the jazzy skeletons. He said it's only taken him a week to do this. Isn't that amazing? Very inspired. You can look him up. I can look him up, or you can look him up on YouTube. Paul Hogue, Hougue, the artist. Or Paul Hogue, artist on YouTube. Art Council has he was awarded an award, so there's definitely a YouTube video out for that. It's just absolutely amazing. Of course, I wish I had my better phone. It's all good. So detailed. Look at that, they're traveling. There's houses in the sky. City in the sky. Today is July 3rd, 2017.
Name Devin.
You did the floor too?
Yeah, getting ready to. I still gotta paint the grass in and the stones. But yeah, I'm gonna try to give it almost like you're walking through nature.
That's amazing.
I'll put some like little flowers up in like groups of them.
Amazing. And here's the floor.
Kind of see it down more at that end, how it's gonna start looking. I'm gonna come this way.
Will you say a few words on my video,
Sure.
please?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Hi, it's nice to meet such a lovely person. My name's Paul Hogue, and I'm an artist. I've been doing it for about 20 years, and I've been fortunate enough to do this project here at this hostel, which is an international thing that happens. So you get people from all over the world to come together and to share a kitchen space and to share the restroom and find out, you know, we're not all so different after all.
That's
so
right.
I love being in an atmosphere that promotes that we're all one family on the planet, and that's what I do. And through nature, in this situation here that I'm designing to try to represent our connection with the natural world. I've got women that form into trees, and that's all about the Mother Earth, our mothers. Everything is from that. All life comes from that. So I'm really putting a priority on the feminine or the mother aspect in this, but yet the fun and the youth along with that. So as I go along, I'm constantly affirming that in me to think of how the woman, how our mothers have all played a part in the scheme of life. So I'm trying to gather ideas of this area of America, New Orleans, with its humidity and the forest, lots of water and marsh and swamps. So I'm doing images surrounding the water. For instance, here I just started a snowy egret that's going to be sitting and enjoying a tune with a mermaid playing a harp.
Nice.
And so once again, the fantasy with reality, and showing that bridge from the youth, from our childhood of imagination, and yet embracing the ever-threatened extinction of certain animals on the planet because of humans' stupidity to try to run everything the way that they want to do it. And so we need to slow down, keep it simple, and remember the beauty that we're all seeking is right around us in nature. In fact, our whole bodies, everything is a part of that natural world.
Yes.
And we need to keep that conscious and share it with each other. And that's where the real joy is in the relationship. It's not trying to go out into space. I'm not saying that all that stuff isn't part of the evolution of all of us, but I think we need to slow down and think about what we're building and creating and how that comforts the natural world and the life on it.
Yes.
And, from the air, from the water, from everything, we're finding how what we've done has affected things. So I think it can be turned around, but we got to all slow down and make a conscious effort to work with each other on projects that promote life. It may be a garden, planting a garden of food and sharing that with your community. But any way that we can use nature as our way of talking to each other and loving each other is what it's all about for me. I think it's about for all of us.
Yes, I agree.
And so I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And so a combination of music and art and growing food and things like that, which don't take a whole lot of energy, other than getting shows and stuff together. But I think that's the way we need to start thinking more in terms, and that everyone's special, everyone's unique in their own ways.
Yes.
And we all have a gift to share, and so I support that, and I try to empower people to find whatever it is that they truly want to do, what's their joy, what's their bliss, and promote that. So when I'm not doing art or in the garden, I'm setting up art classes with families and children and getting them involved with their creative process.
Where are you doing it at?
Well, I've been doing it in California for 16 years, teaching out there, but I'm going to start doing stuff, I think, here in New Orleans at the Children's Museum and do some classes there. But I'm always open for, if someone wants to try something here or wherever. I mean, it doesn't take much to get a group of materials together and have a bunch of minds come together and create, and it can be fun, and it's pretty simple, especially when you use natural things like branches and things that nature's constantly giving us. That's the funnest stuff to work with.
Yes.
Then you're like, wow, okay, I can make this out of this, and look at it. Nature's just putting it out, and giving it like a tree. You know, it's constantly giving us things. Food we eat, the materials we build our homes with, everything. The trees, and that's why I'm really making a point in this piece to embrace the trees with us as humans and how we're so connected. I mean, think how close we are to it. I mean, we need oxygen to breathe. Trees need carbon dioxide to live. So the stuff that comes out of us is helping them to grow, and what is coming from them through photosynthesis is helping us to grow and live.
Yes.
So it's this symbiosis relationship we have with nature, and so that's what I'm trying to focus on. But I keep doing other things like trippy skeleton. I got the skeleton jazz band playing, and you know, bones to branches. If you look at some of my other videos and stuff, you'll see I talk about that, is how bones are the structure that allows us to move around in our human vehicles. Well, branches in wood is also the structure that holds up a tree. So bones and branches are very similar to me in my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my 3D sculpture, I use that to make my art and to resemble that. I mean, full forms of skeletons made out of branches from the beach, but a lot of people are like, is that a real skeleton?
That's lovely.
Looks very similar. I'm using things that proportion femurs and fibulas and all these different bones in our bodies, and you can really see that connection again and how it all is part of this big mixing bowl, you know, of this beautiful experience on earth here. And we just need to remember and share it with the kids too, because we're getting so caught up in the internet and all that. And it's a good tool. It's a good tool service to learn and stuff. Got to get our hands back in the soil.
I agree.
We got to do those things, and to keep that part alive. If you give something attention, it's been proven that things grow and feel better, but when you don't spend any time with it, it starts to disappear because it's not, the energy of it's not the same.
Yes.
And so, yeah. But anyway.
Paul, tell everyone, how do we get in touch with you, and are you on social media? How do we get in contact with you?
Well, there's a couple ways, but you can, there's hogueartist@gmail.com.
Spell that.
It's HOGUE artist ARTIST @gmail.com. I just opened that one. I had another full-on deal, and I had someone helping me to manage that because I don't spend a lot of time in the computer world.
Yes.
But that's what I'm going to open up now, and that would be a great way to do it. My phone number, you can always feel free to call me. It's 562 area code. That's the Los Angeles. 208-7379. 208-7379. And anyone has an idea or wants to get together and work on some ideas, I'll help you with that any way I can. It's all about service. Everything's about service. In fact, every time we're thinking about making it better for someone else and for others, that's the real peace. That's the real high that we're all seeking.
That's right.
It's not this selfish motive thing. It's all about giving. And the more you get lost into giving, the more you're going to find yourself feeling a part of things.
Yes.
You know, first we grow and we got our moms and we got our dads and we got these things around us, and there are links, right? And then as we get older and everyone goes and our parents leave, you know, and then we have to begin to realize that there's a bigger family. And that bigger family is through the nature, the sharing of gardens, the sharing of ways that we can connect each other to each other. And before you know it, you know, all this therapy and everyone is thinking about, you know, boxing themselves up and getting healthy. All you have to do is be a service.
Yes.
If you want something more in your life, give it to someone else. What
Yes.
is it? And there's nothing wrong with the idea of faking it till you make it.
Hey.
That is very powerful because it's there always. What we're searching for, we always already have.
Yes.
But to get it out in this world of being smothered with advertisements, and you got to have this to feel better, and you got to have this, and you got to have more of this in your life to feel better. It's little, you know, nice little things, but whatever, it's not what we already have.
You better preach and teach.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, we already have it, and the more we realize that we're already the love and everything within us, we already are there. The only sad thing is our society tends to, you know, they're capitalizing on people being sick, right? Doctors need sick people, lawyers need crime.
Yes.
So there's almost this circuit of setting up things so people create these so that they can keep their work.
Yes.
So what's that mean? What's that really mean for us to erase the idea that, ooh, I got to keep my comfort zone here, when it's already there? I mean, no one's better than anyone else. We're all amazing. But the thing is, we need to let go. And, you know, Katrina that happened here a few years ago, as sad as it was, how many people came together to help each other out through nature again? Something outside humans' control, you know. It took care of things, and it may happen. It might be the thing that brings us really the closest together, but it doesn't have to be so tragic if we all start working towards, you know, getting along and sharing and getting with that. I think it's true. I know I feel a lot better when I'm sharing something and I'm trying to help others out and make life a little better. Because, you know, sometimes this world that says, oh, you don't have this degree or you don't have this in your life, you can't be a part of it. It's all crap. It's all just an illusion to try to keep people separated. We got to get beyond that, folks.
Yes.
We got to do it. We should do it. I mean, and that's where we need to go. We need to be a part of.
Yes.
And, you know, so anyways, to the great teachers and all the people, I believe everyone's a teacher and a student. Every great teacher is a student that's teachable always, you know. Because,
yes.
Man, the more minds that are gathered, the more people that come together, the more creative energy. It's one creative energy coming through. We're all part of it, but when you got more working on a vision of family on the planet, the bigger that grows. And like this hostel that I'm doing this piece in, they're like, you know, I've got friends back in LA going, what are you doing that? Why don't you come and do this thing and this project? And I'm like, well, you know what? Because it reminds me, first of all, why I do what I do. Is it for the dollar, or is it because I love to do what I do? So
passion.
The passion of it. And sometimes we can get scared because, oh God, I'm getting older now. I gotta keep generating money and all this stuff. But when I stop and just get caught up or lose myself in doing something that I enjoy, or the passion, then there's that realm where time is different and everything. And I immediately thank my parents, thank those around me, thank this universe for this experience to express the creator, right?
Yes.
Creative, be creative, it's coming through us. It's like this energy that's coming through us, and what do you want to do with that? That's it. That's pretty much it, is what we want to do with that energy, that we've all are part of. Own it now. Own that you're beautiful and you're part of this expression. There's always room for everyone. We wouldn't be here without it. And I don't know, that's all I can really say right now.
Thank you so much, Paul. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Right here, New Orleans, the City Hostel, and I'm very grateful for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.